Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Samantha. This is the Budget Mum UK. Today I've got so many exciting things to share with you. Honestly, I can't believe this. It's been a long time coming, and after just over a year on this channel, I just can't even put into words. This is incredible. Yeah. It's a good video. This is a good video. It's so much going on, and it means a massive change for my budget. Not in terms of like how much I'm going to be getting, but where my money sources come from and just different things like that. So I'm excited to get into that and explain what's going on. I've got some new documents. That sounds very boring. Some new Etsy things to share with you, kind of, and you're gonna love it, promise. If you are new here at this channel, it's also with budgeting and financing, and this is my journey to getting rid of over £100,000 worth of debt. When I started this channel, I just had a few £1,000s left. I'm nearly there. It's nearly all gone, and so much of it has been thanks to this channel, thanks to your support and guidance and advice, and I'm so eternally grateful, so thank you so much. If you are new and you would love to be part of this journey, then I would love to have you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Why not then click that thumbs up like icon, because it really helps the algorithm. And then, you know what? Let's click that notification bell so you know every single time that I upload a video, because thanks to you guys subscribing, thanks to you guys supporting me, it is putting me in the position that I'm in now. I'm feeling so fortunate and grateful. So thank you to everyone who has already subscribed. You are an absolute legend, as you well know. And come and join this legendary gang. Why not? And let's see how much further we can go. I'm just kidding. Right, today, brand new budget for October. Now, there's lots of things that have changed. So previously I was getting some support from Universal Credit, and over the last 12 months I've been building up my own business. I had a private tutoring company. I've been doing bits of consultancy work within a school. I've been getting pockets of money from here and from there and everywhere else, but it's never consistent. So I sort of had a plan over the summer holidays where when I'm not teaching, I sort of put a little bit of contingency into place previously so I could still take £800, and it was like a contingency wage, basically a little buffer I'd set myself. But the way I've now set up the company is that because I have got lots of different sources of income, I get it from consultancy, I get it from tutoring, I get it from YouTube, I get it from Etsy, I get it from all the other little side hustles. Basically all now goes into one pot, and I am paying myself a wage. I'm paying myself a wage. Hadn't thought of it like that before. I'm paying myself a wage, which is just £1,800 a month. Now, it's not a huge amount, but I'm being quite conservative because there are going to be times where the company that I've set up, that sounds surreal, the company takes more, and there's going to be times where the company takes less. And I'm being cautious for 12 months. I know I can live on £1,800 a month because that's a similar amount to what I've been living on previously. And if the company continues to grow, and if I continue to get more income from different sources, then that means my wage can grow. So it's just like being in a job, and you know, the more you do and more you achieve, then the more you can earn, I guess. So that's what my plan is. So no more Universal Credit. I get my child benefit, and I've included that, and I'm going to go through all these facts and figures and numbers with you next. My income has changed in that respect, so obviously not like number amounts, but my outgoings have come down slightly because previously I was in a home. I'm in a home because previously the house I'm in doesn't belong to me, it's somebody else's house, so I was like sharing rooms, but they're now back and they are sharing some of the bills as well. So some of the numbers have come down there, and I'll talk you through that if that makes sense. Still, I got lots of same sort of numbers, same sort of things that I've been saving for. I've got a couple of extra things, including now life insurance that I have learned the hard way needs to sort of be a staple outgoing in my life because I've got children to care for. And yeah, I'm just looking at everything else I've got in front of me. I'm so excited to share all these with you, honestly. I'm feeling really, really blessed and fortunate to be in this position. And I hope that's coming across okay. And yeah, I'm just, yeah, brilliant, brilliant. I'm in a good place right now. So we're going to get stuck in. We're going to have a look at the new documents, things that are coming out, things I've got coming out. Lots of you have been asking me for things. Etsy is going to be changing in a few ways. I'm going to be keeping lots of your favourites, but some I'd already mentioned, like the envelopes that I currently make, I'm going to be stopping making probably in about 6 weeks' time when all my resources have run down. I'm not going to be renewing them basically. The just reason being, it takes so long to make them, and in order to make my business work, I need to be investing time there, because I can make a set of envelopes and it can take me up to 2 hours to make them, and it's just not doable at the moment in terms of time, unfortunately. Some I can keep and can keep doing, and different challenges and loads of other things that stay in on there, and there's other new things coming as well, which I'm sure you'll love. Yes, I am going to be having my advent calendar back, which you've already asked me for, and hopefully over the next week everything's going to be put back on my Etsy store that you like, and I'll be doing a video launching everything basically. So let's get stuck in. I know you're interested to see where everything's going to go, see what my budget's going to look like for October. Let's go in. Okay, so I want to get right stuck into it, and I'm going to show you, just as a comparison, what my, well, I was going to say current bill tracker looked like. So if you've stuck with me for a while, you'll know I had my October, and I've had different themes throughout the year, and this one is my October one. And if you've already purchased it, this is the one that you're going to be using, and it's still on my Etsy store, so don't worry about that, because I do love it. I think it's really, really cute with the October theme and a little monsters, as it were. So this was my layout. Now, I have updated my aesthetic quite a few months ago in terms of my products and things that I do on Etsy, and just for the sake of consistency and for you to be able to have that sort of familiar link, really, this is why I wanted to update my trackers and my calendars and everything else, just so everything's much more sort of succinct and fluid. So going forward, because obviously I used to have all my calendars which were different and stuck with the same theme as well, my calendars going forward are going to be just really, really simple, just in this sort of style. And yeah, and then it doesn't matter what month it is. And the good thing about doing this, I thought, was actually when I get these up on my Etsy store, you can download them, and it doesn't matter what month it is. You can download it over and over and over, and you can just put your own month on. You can put your own dates on then as well, so you don't have like loads and loads of different documents. You just download it as and when you want it, and it just is more cost effective. It saves paper and everything else, so that's what I'm all about. And then of course my new weekly budget is going to look like this. Now this is the one that I've pre-populated with my things in, but you could get it as a blank one, which is what this one looks like. So just to compare it directly with what it was like before, I've now got this one, and I feel like this is going to work a little bit better for me. A few of you asked for a similar sort of format to the Budget Mom from the US, and I know that Dave Ramsey, and there's a few other ones do something similar, so I thought that would help you as well. So if you're familiar with them already, this style will work great for you. So just wanted to talk through it, really. The other good thing is, because if you know me, you've been watching me for a while, I have an abundance of papers, and I'm forever putting them to one side and losing them. Now, the good news is, which I've been working on for a while, is that I'm getting my own budget planner, and that is going to be launched ready for everyone to use in January, but it will be available to pre-order from next week. Don't worry, I will be doing a brand new Etsy video with all this information in. It's in there along with what you have asked for, which is my advent calendar as well. I will be launching the pre-orders on that too. So I can't wait. It's such an exciting time. I told you, I kept telling you so many exciting things coming. Just let me talk you through this. It means that I'm going to have less papers and less chance to lose things, because you know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. So here is going to be my pay period. So for example, with this being week 1 of October, you can choose to say, week 1 of October, or you can have the numbers of the year. So I'm not sure what month we're in, what number we would be up to. It's around the 30s, I should imagine. And you can put that as that weekly number if you're starting from, say, January, which would be week 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And then I've got my different income sources. So previously I would have income sources from Universal Credit or my wages or something like that. I'm now going to have just that sole income source for my limited company. I might include extra ones here if I sell something on Facebook Marketplace or whatever, whereas previously, I would do all my monthly money in. This is printed randomly, bizarrely, I don't know why. All my monthly money in, and then I would subtract the outgoings, which is what I'm going to do anyway, but I'll talk you through that. And then I would have any extra earnings would go here, and then I might include those in these envelopes, basically. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. So I have my income there. Any income that I get from Etsy, I'm going to do separate. Any Etsy income is not going to go in my, necessarily, I say this now, it's not necessarily going to go in my fluid envelopes or my envelopes that I'm in out of all the time. I'm planning on using that for my bigger goals, basically. Then I've got all my monthly expenses, a couple of different ones on there. Some have gone down, some I've kept the same. So because I've got the house share, my rent is down to £450, and then I've got council tax, which has come down slightly, but we're over stuffing those bills at the moment, just in anticipation of bills going up. I'd rather have too much in that pot, and then in a few months' time, 6 months, 12 months, whatever, we can go, look, we've got a load of surplus money, let's share it out between us. That's the plan with that. And I've got my new life insurance one on there as well. So that's okay. So a little bit come down. I'm quite happy with that. And then I've got my fluid envelopes, which is what I had previously. So those are the ones that I'm in and out of all the time, the ones that I use on a day-to-day basis. And then I've got my long-term sinking funds and short-term sinking funds. Now, currently, they are in one big dreams binder. Now, don't worry, I'm going to be not fixing it. I'm going to be just adapting and changing things. So at the moment, my debt's sat in the front of there. I've got all those different ones. Like I've got my school and my car, which like my car insurance and car any repairs and things. But I've also still got my emergency in there and my savings for the children. But there's things like the one that I don't anticipate going in a lot. The idea is I'm saving up for something significant. Therefore, I won't be touching it, if that makes sense. So they're sort of separated because obviously these ones are really long-term goals, whereas these are sort of more maybe annual or maybe slightly or more frequently from those ones. If there's any money left over, that can go as an extra debt amount. I'm going to include the ins and outs and the total as we go on there. Now, what I might do, I might not do, is I've got my in and out here. Now, what I actually absolutely love doing at the end of every month, and you'll know it's my favourite thing to do, is opening up my sinking funds and seeing how much is there. I love that bit. I love the surprise at the end, and I'm like, yay! So I don't know whether to just... I'm playing it by ear. So I might not yet fill in this bit because I do love... I'm just going to see how October goes. I do love knowing or finding that surprise out at the end, and I think you guys like it as well. So let's leave that. This account buffer is just... Obviously, at the moment, there are still places that are just card only. So I do need to use my card occasionally, and it's just in case I haven't had time to put the cash in. There's got to be a little bit of something in my account. Otherwise, I end up hitting the overdraft. And any rolling over. So anything that I might have any change that when I've spent my fluid envelopes, and you'll see me do it already at the moment. So if I've spent, say, I don't know, £40 at the grocers, and I've got grocery shop, and then I've got 45 in there, then I've got 5 left over, and I'll use that in, say, my penny savings challenge, or I might redistribute it elsewhere. I haven't decided on that. It might well go into my, my gifts binder here, or it might go into my Disney holiday fund. I haven't decided, and you know me, I just play it as I go, and then we figure it out together, and that's great. And I think this is going to work a little bit easier for me, and hopefully it'll make more sense for you as well. So I'm excited to do this. Now, this is going to go to one side because we're not going to be using that at the moment. I am going to fill in my month ahead, and I'm going to decide what my October goal is. So I can already fill this in. It's the month of October. And in fact, these two are just going to swap places today because October starts tomorrow, which is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Here we go. All right, so we have got half term to consider in this month, which is here. Let's just put half term. And then the only things I've got so far planned, I'm planning, this is like about the 3rd or 4th, a rearrangement is a lunch or evening meal with a friend who I haven't seen since March. So I'll just put dinner. Friday's my working in the office day, but sometimes I give myself time to catch up, and a lady what leisures or lunches or whatever the saying is, I do that. So hopefully we'll get to do that. And then, of course, it's Halloween, which we love. I love taking the children out, just mostly to visit the houses. They are quite good around here where we are. Like, they go quite well out for it. They love decorating the houses, and it's a really big thing. And I love taking the children to do that. Even the 14-year-old, and now I get to do it with the 2-year-old. Yay, I'm excited. Then we have got a couple of parties that we've been invited to, so not certain which one we're going to yet, but we'll put down Halloween party here. Now potentially, I'm saying this very loosely because it doesn't always come off, Holly's dad may turn up and visit over the half term. That's all I'm saying about that. Then again, he might not, but ultimately means I'm trying not to plan anything too concrete there, just in case he does, and then she can be around for that. But other than that, I think October, like, I've got no birthdays, I've got no major events. It's just going to be, yeah, let's just see how it goes. Mum and Dad are away presently. I could do with jotting this down just because they are my childcare. So they're not here. So let me see around to think when they're back in terms of date. I think they're back. I think they'll land back here, but they're currently flying from a different location because they've gone with friends. So they've flown from the friends near airport, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to put... And that's when we're sneaking the the visits out. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's all I need to jot down on here. And if things come along, we'll pop them in as I go. So let's have a look at my actual numbers so far for the October. See where my money's coming from. So I'm just going to use the one I've already pre-populated. And I'm going to just call this, just because all year I've done like week 1 of October or week, whatever it is. Possibly I will adapt that to the actual week number of the year, if that makes sense. When I come to January and do it again in the booklet. I'm so excited for the booklet to come out. So yeah, we've got our income source. So my main income source, I've now got my limited company fully set up and everything that's going into it now. So I can put that down just rather than tell you the name of my limited company. Okay, so I'm going to be paying myself £1,800 a month. I know it's going to be the actual, or it should be the actual, that has been sort of running in the background for a while. I have used some of my YouTube money, which has just been sat in a pot to sort of buffer that, I will be doing a video on how much I've made in the first year of YouTube. So I know you really enjoy seeing that, and I'm looking forward to that, hopefully getting out. I've got so many things to share with you. I keep telling you about this. That'll hopefully be out next week or the week after. And yeah, so at the moment, that's how much I'm definitely getting in. And then I'm waiting to see on other things that come in as well, potentially. Now, I have got my child benefit. So I get 2 child benefits because I've got 2 children. And that comes to £145 as well. So the grand total for my income is £19.45. That is guaranteed. Those numbers will not change unless, you know, the government increase the child benefit, or unless I suddenly go into great deals in debt. But hopefully I won't be. Hopefully it will be okay. Let me have a look and we'll see how much my monthly outgoings is, see what's left over, so then I know how much I'm going to get per week. So my total at the moment is 116,430. So when I consider my total amount that I started with, how much my outgoings are, this is going to give me my leftover number. So it's 780.70. And if I did that, split that between 4 weeks, it's about 195. So that's what I'm going to start with, from 195. And I'm just going to put that here so that I don't forget. That's my current number, £195 to spend, basically. I'll put that down per week. There we go. And I mean, I could distribute over the whole month, but for me, I like, because my life is so chaotic and busy, I like to do it per week. So I could say, look, I've got £780, I'm going to give myself so much for groceries this month, so much, and you know, and so forth. I just like to go about a week by week at the moment, and you know, that could work for me, it could work for differently for you. So that's how I like to do it, and then I just feel a bit more in control doing it week by week, if that makes sense. Just because my calendar might look like, you know, like this, pretty quiet at the moment, but then in a week's time or 2 weeks' time or 3 weeks' time, something could change. And especially when there's not just yourself to think of, you've got the children to think of as well. I've just got to be on the ball, basically. That's why I do a weekly budget rather than a monthly one. So now, I'm not doing the actual cash shopping today. I'm just wanting to talk to you about my budget. So hopefully that'll all make sense. And then tomorrow you should get my week 1 for October actual budget, and you'll see where I'm going to be putting all my money. Oh, and that's it. So I hope that has all made sense. I hope it's going to be useful for you, so that if you're wanting to budget in a simple sort of way, you can do that. And you know, it's still not a huge amount, so if you've still got a really small budget just like me, hopefully you've got something to sort of compare to and sort of see where I would spend my money and whether that is similar to yourself, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so I'm excited to see where we're going to go. Like, this is where I am now in 12 months from just doing this channel, so where am I going to be in another 12 months? That does excite me, really excites me. Can't wait to share my YouTube numbers and analytics with you, so you can see how I've come to this decision, if you like. Yeah. Okay, if you're stuck around to the end, thank you so much. It does, honestly, it makes such a massive difference to YouTube and the analytics and everything else. It really does. Thank you so much for that, and I will see you really soon. Bye.